All right, what's up, everybody? It's Nick, Comic Book Nerd. It is Friday, October 30th. Hope everyone had a good week with their polls, and I hope everybody enjoyed their reads. We are going to go over my read of the week. We'll also go back and look at what I had purchased, and I'll give you a quick rundown of what I thought of all the books I got. There we go. I like that better without the light. For now, watch, I'll change that. But that's what we'll do. I have some notes prepared so that I'm not tired. I've been awake for like an hour. I've got my good old Power Ranger coffee. And yeah, we'll get into it. So thanks for checking out my video Wednesday for Nick's Picks. If you did, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy this video also. I hope my little review gives you something to look forward to reading if you didn't, or maybe get you into a new series. So I'm going to get started. So I ended up reading, let me just make some space. I read Detective Comics 1029. And it has this new villain, the Mirror. This was okay. It wasn't great. It's a lot more about Bruce Wayne than Batman at first. But it was okay. I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see what this Mirror character has to do. I read Death Metal Rise of the New God. I didn't love this. I was expecting to like it more because I liked Robin King and I liked Multiverse End. This was basically about two characters. The guy who sits in the Mobius chair, I already can't remember his name, and Perpetua, and then this new god. But it was okay. I don't think it was worth the $6, but it's just me. The Last God, Songs of the Lost Children, was very good. This was a runner-up for Read of the Week, I think. This was number 2 or 3. There were a lot of good reads. That's the thing. This week, like last week, if you watched my video, I didn't necessarily enjoy all of my reads. This week, I enjoyed all of them, except for one, which we'll go over quickly. But this was definitely worth the read. It's just like an interluding story. It'll continue in The Last God, book 10. But cool story. Batman the Three Jokers, finale, book 3, cover A. I liked this. It wasn't what I was expecting from the ending. I was expecting it to go down very differently. It didn't. I was expecting it to go down much more violently, too, if that's fair. But it didn't. It was still a good read. Turnout with the comedian and the criminal, the Jokers, was pretty cool. And what they were trying to do when you learn it was pretty cool. It just kind of ends fast, which I didn't necessarily love. But it was all right. Still worth reading. If you read 1 and 2, read 3. 1 and 2 were better. So I thought 1 was great. I thought 2 was good. And I thought 3 was okay. I followed up Rick and Morty Go to Hell with Rick and Morty Ever After. Not good. I'm kind of upset because I don't want to put this down and then find out I'm not reading another Rick and Morty for a while, but that's what's going to happen. I will not pick up book 2. It was just kind of lame. The idea was cool and they just dropped it. And it just happened so quick. It was odd. I didn't like it. I did not read Spawn. I said I wouldn't. I just wanted it for the cover. $3 cover, which is great price for this. I think it's definitely worth having if you're a Black Panther fan or just in general a Chadwick Boseman fan. Undiscovered Country 9. This was a good read. It didn't necessarily go anywhere, but it was good. Like, you got to find out about what was going on with their parents and where they are in Unity and between America and Unity, whatever you want to call it. Good, not great. My runner-up for Read of the Week, TMNT The Last Ronin. I had mentioned I didn't want this to be my Read of the Week. It was so good. I liked this a lot. I liked the artwork. I liked the whole shadowing and everything because you didn't know which turtle it was going to turn out to be. And I'm not going to give any spoilers to whether you find out or not, but this was cool. I didn't like the way the first book ended, but I am excited for the second book. I'm going to read the second one also. I know it's hard for a lot of people to get these. I have a second copy that I'm looking to do as my first AOK if you watched in my video Wednesday. So hopefully we can do that. Just trying to find somebody who can get a copy of it. It's so hard. And my Read of the Week. And I think this was the like 4th or 5th book I read of my 8 or 9. My read of the week was easily by like page 5, Batman and Superman 13. I don't know if anybody's been reading this. It followed up after Batman Who Laughs, I believe, that solo series. But I really like this a lot. Batman and Superman 13, book 12, issue 12 left us off with our 2 heroes missing. They had like disappeared. And then this book picks up right where that left off. This was part 2 of the storyline of the arc. I loved the artwork on the cover. I just hate the material of the covers that DC is putting out with Batman and Superman on it. Like mine, I'll show you. I think you'll be able to see it. So do you see, here's my border, here's my back, here's the edge of the comic book, and then here's the pages inside of it. These covers just don't hold well. I hate them. I've been saying it forever. I hate that like all like the major series DC is doing. I know this isn't one of them, but like Death Metal, all those covers just don't hold. You know, I'm sorry to be the one to say it, but that's just what it is. But yeah, I love the artwork. I love the fact that they're both kind of like flying, rising together. I was given cover A in my poll list, and I didn't like it that much. So I was like, oh, look at cover B here, and easy pick. You know, I've said a lot that I put down cover Bs for cover As. It's the same vice versa. You know, you go with the cover you like for any reason. But yeah, so what happens is, I can show you some artwork. I thought the artwork was great. I think the drawing is good. The only thing I don't like is the drawings of Batman so much. But the book opens up with Batwoman and Steel, who I think is an awesome character, in a spacecraft, because book 12 left off where Batman let out a distress signal, and they talk about, has Batwoman been in space yet? And she goes, no, what about you, Steel? And he's like, yeah, far too many times. But they end up finding where the heroes are on a planet that is basically a Brainiac labyrinth. You learn that you think, and Batman thinks that Brainiac is the villain behind all of this. And what happens, and it has all of Batman's and Superman's villains, but left as robots. So it's not really them, but it's the idea of them, and they're done very well because Brainiac is just like a genius. So Batwoman, and there's a great picture of Batwoman, actually. I think she's just such a greatly drawn character. They get there, and the first thing they do is they fight Batwoman and Steel, fight like a robotic version of Doomsday, which I thought was awesome. So they end up fighting him, and then the fight continues. Like I said, I think this is a great Batwoman. She's just shredded, and she's looking good. You know, it's a little dark, but still. So what happens is Batman wakes up suddenly, or they go to Batman, and he's talking to the Riddler, the robot Riddler. I'll show you the picture. And it starts off where Riddler's just hitting him with riddles to like decide if he's going to let him down. They're kind of in the middle of a game of chess, if that makes sense. And Batman just answers each riddle one after the other, and he says, checkmate. And the Riddler gets pissed because the computer system that Brainiac, possibly Brainiac, like I said, everybody thinks it's Brainiac, the heroes do. It would make sense that it's Brainiac with the colors and everything else. They, so like I said, there's Batman hanging, and that's like a robot Riddler. They end up coming down, and he gets to fight finally. He gets freed, and he fights everybody off. He fights off the Riddler. He goes into the next fight, and he walks in on a fight between Two-Face and Scarecrow, robot version. And what happens in Two-Face is like, oh, I'm going to flip my coin to the side if you're going to live or die. And Batman just catches the quarter, whips it through one of their heads, and then quickly takes down the other one. It was crazy. He moves on a little bit. There was a really cool picture. It's the flipped version of Bane breaking Batman's back. It's Batman breaking Robot Bane's back, but it doesn't kill him, which wasn't really fair. He like still gets up and fights for a few, but they fight through it. Then he also ends up fighting Killer Croc, and then, if I remember correctly, they might be on can't remember the name of the planet the headquarters are on now. Wow, that's crazy that I can't remember this all of a sudden. If I remember it, I don't remember. But they end up, he keeps fighting, he fights Killer Croc, and then all of a sudden he goes, bring me the Joker. So he wants the robot version of the Joker, which then you realize that Batman had set this up, and it's a virus to help him fight when he's down. So there were a lot of other robots, like just regular necessary thugs, going and fighting, and the Joker comes out and he just starts helping, and he starts beating up people that Batman's beating up, and they finally find Superman, and Superman is fighting Jor-El, as well as Darkseid, which are cool versions of the robot ones. They look pretty real. And then, of course, he opens the next door, and he starts losing his fight to Lex Luthor, the robot version. All of a sudden, Batman and the Joker get there, and the Joker just rips off the head of Lex Luthor. It was so cool. Finally, Batman, Batwoman, Superman, and Steel team up, and they fight off this robot army as best they can, and they're getting tired, you can see, and they're winning. And Batman and Superman are like, wait, how did you find us? And Batman was like, I left a very distinct distress signal in the end of book 12. And Superman was like, oh, of course you did. And then I'll show you what I think is going to be the final part of this story. This was part 2 of, I'll tell you what it's called too. Planet Brainiac 2. They end up fighting a robot that is Batman and Superman half and half. So it's literally what you expect. I'll give you a good light for this one. Batman and Superman half and half. I think that's a cool looking villain. My guess is with the way that this run has been going is that they'll fight, and then that'll be book 3 of this. So I don't know if that's going to be the finale or not, but my guess is it will be. They'll fight him off. Oh, well, they'll still fight Brainiac actually too. So maybe this will lead them to Brainiac, but overall, my read of the week, I think this was great. I think it was a lot of fun, like even the riddles, because they're not hard to solve, but when Batman solves them so fast, you're just like, he's so good at this. And then at the same time, you understand the answers to the riddles. Like there's no trick to it. There was one that I was like, wait a second, what? And then I was like, oh, I reread it real quick and bang, got it. So I hope everybody enjoyed their reads. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. When you watch this video, go back and check out Nick's picks from the 28th also, if you don't mind. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up. If you're new to the page, feel free to subscribe. I've got a ton of other videos. Monday will finally be my first recommendation show. It will not be live. I'm working on like backgrounds and changing things. Like I said, I'm putting a lot more time into this, and I just keep watching all of you guys' video. You guys are so good at videos. I watched the pull list with John's Comics with Kids. I watched what Rod pulled. What else? I just keep watching videos. I've been watching Asian Funk, Kevin Houdini. He's on a page with this guy. I think his name is Jason Parker, which is just an awesome channel. But yeah, so I hope everybody enjoys their weekend. Stay safe. Have a happy Halloween. Oh, I forgot to dress up. Oh my God. All right, maybe tomorrow night if I do a video. We'll see. I am still waiting on my CGC order to come back with 4 books. When that does, I'm going to shoot a video, maybe live, of like my reactions. You know, the books aren't for anything specific. One of them is like I sent out Venom 3. That will come back, and that will probably go right to like Mercari or something. And the other 3 books are more for me. So I'm actually trying to remember I remember what they are now. Okay. It took me a minute. There was 2 I remembered and 1 I didn't. So waiting on those 4 books, and we'll get a video for that. So if you're here, thanks for checking out my video this Friday morning, I hope you all have an amazing day. Enjoy the rest of your day and stay safe. Happy Halloween.